We briefly want to review a couple of things about your computer, some terminology that we use in order to always be able to explain what we're doing. You may or may not be on a PC, but eventually you may get a company computer and that will be a PC. If you are on an Apple product, then most of these directions will not apply to you. At the bottom right hand corner or left hand corner, we'll have the start menu. The bottom of almost all screens, depending on how your computer is set up, will be called the taskbar. And then the start menu is by pressing the start button and then seeing the start menu. Those are the three main areas of the Windows PC. This area here is called the system clock. This system clock area is the only area that will let you know which one of the monitors, if you have multiple monitors, is the primary monitor. So wherever you see the system clock and the system tray here, all of this stuff is on the primary monitor. If you have multiple monitors, the rest of the monitors look exactly the same, except it won't have the system tray and system clock information. Sometimes you'll have a clock, but it won't be the system clock. Other than that, we'll move on to seeing how we set up our desktop. I'm going to pull up our Chrome browser, which is the browser that we have to use. Here, you'll see along the top of the screen that I have several groups of tabs. The tabs will almost always be organized this way so that you can at least have the basics of understanding when you're ready to get to work, and you can modify them later if you choose to. But we do suggest that all the way over to the left, you have all of your emails. We use different Gmail addresses, Depot Lawn Care 1, 2, 3, plus all the different tech email addresses for all the outdoor crews. Oftentimes there will be many Gmail accounts open here, and the one for our company has the 100 plus because of the storage. It has higher storage than others. Other than that, moving to the right, you will have any other Google products that you might need immediately after that. For example, I happen to have my contacts list here, or my Google contacts. I also have right next to it my Google Chat. This will always be open. This is how you send messages and images and instructions and all types of files to each one of the crew members and to the other office people. Then after that, here in my particular situation, I have a total of 5 Lawn Pros open. Each Lawn Pro is open to a slightly different screen, speeding up my ability to go from one part of the software to the other. And then, of course, on my multiple monitors, I have a very similar setup, except I may have specific tabs in one screen versus another. Moving along, I have my ChatGPT here. I do encourage everyone to use ChatGPT. A lot of people may not be familiar with it. We have a company account, and it's free as well. So you should have your ChatGPT window open right after your Lawn Pros. I also use Bard. Bard is the other AI from Google. Having it open and available to double check ChatGPT is pretty helpful. Next down the road, the rest of them aren't quite as important. Particular to my other monitors, I will have many tabs that are in sets of, say, the Google Sheets icons. We'll always have a bunch of those open. I'm actually bringing these over from one of my other twin monitors. In order to insert a tab, you just grab it and then push it into place, group them together. We also use Google Sheets for payroll, so oftentimes it's important to have some of those tabs open as you're pulling time information to do billing from some of these payroll functions. Also, we use Google Slides often. Google Slides is this little yellow box. I'll bring over a few of those. One of the things that we will do on Google Slides is a lot of estimates for customers, as well as reviews of jobs. So once we're completing a job and we want to show the customer what we've done, or perhaps preparing an estimate, we do them in Google Slides. Another file we often have open is WhatsApp. WhatsApp will usually be over here closer to the emails. WhatsApp will be the way that we communicate with my parents who are in Colombia, and they use WhatsApp. So they often are in charge of payroll and other responsibilities such as mass mailing, some mass client contacts. All of that will be through them, and you may need to contact with them about your personal payroll as well. And we'll do that through the WhatsApp, and there is a company account, and each person has their own WhatsApp account as well, or a company WhatsApp account. All right, so that's the basic desktop setup. Every week or so, it is important to always turn your computer on and off just to make sure that the memory is clean and clear and all the things are synced up. Obviously, this will be different on an Apple product, but on a PC, you come to the gear icon, you go to power, you choose restart or shut down, and you're good to go. We do not recommend that you restart your computer more than once a week. It can tax a lot of resources, and you can lose a lot of cached memory that you need during the week. We wanted to just take a moment to discuss internet and computer security for just a second as well. Um, Always be sure that your computer is up to date with the latest antivirus and anti-spy, anti-malware. Number two, be careful for downloading any types of files that are attached to any of the emails, even if they're from work. There could be still spam, still malware. If you ever believe you're communicating with a customer, oftentimes people will try to create different types of business scams that they will pose as customers. Be on the lookout for that. We will discuss that in more detail in the future. And then just always, guard your computer for the first few months when you're in your training and not a permanent employee. You'll be using your own computer, and we'll ask that you do not download any files onto your computer at all that aren't being specifically given approval to download, and they will go in the same folder that you created while you were uh, following through the application process. So that same Depot Lawn Care folder is the one place where things are supposed to go, and only the files that we give permission to download should be downloaded. We have Google Drive as cloud storage, so that solves that issue. Later on, when you're working with a company computer, it'll be obviously super normal to download onto the company computers. All right, I think that about actually concludes the Lawn Pro desktop and computer tutorial. Thank you.